So you guys have been asking for years to see my shop. Today, you're gonna get a chance. Right here, we have my garage, my shop, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of small, so I use the driveway and the backyard as kind of extensions of the shop. So I guess we'll start out here. This is my vehicle lift. There's a whole video on it. I use it to lift cars. There's an unnamed project on it that you guys can't see yet. This right here would be the lift, the hydraulic unit that actually lifts that up. If you get a wide overview, this is the lovely view, the rear end of my truck that all my neighbors love to see. They get a big kick out of that. But come on in, I'll show you the rest. So right here we have the truck, my 65 Ford truck that the channel is named after. I try to keep it pretty clean, don't keep a ton of stuff in the bed. Stuff ends up there anyway. Over there we got my wall of spray paint. We'll talk about that in a second. But probably best if we just start right up front. I got my main toolbox stuff over here, but we'll start on this side first. This has been my original workbench forever in my shop. It's in a ton of videos. We got my Vise that I absolutely love. I got some welders and stuff. We got a Lincoln AC/DC stick welder. We got another Lincoln welder under here, a hose reel. Up above, I keep just random stuff. We got O-rings and greases, and there's gasket supplies and some manuals and just propane torches. Just various shop junk stuff. Treasures. Don't call it junk. We have chargers and stuff for pretty much any brand of cordless power tool. I don't believe one brand makes just the best one tool. I think every brand has a good one or another. Chemicals. I have so many WD-40s and other chemicals, and the reason is I do a lot of auctions. And so if I go to an estate auction and I see that the old timer has a lifetime supply or something, I'll buy out his entire garage for all the chemicals. So I'll get a ton of stuff for pennies on the dollar, and it suits me for life. I'll get this welder out of the way. So here I have one of my compressors. This is compressor number 1. You'll see number 2 in a second. This is a 60-gallon compressor that I put together myself. It was just a cheapo Home Depot unit that I had at an old wood shop I used to work at, and the motor and stuff. The pump ended up dying a couple times. I rebuilt it a couple times. Finally, it was tossed out, so I kept just the bottom as an air tank. And then I found a Quincy top, which, if you don't know, Quincy is a very good compressor manufacturer, that a guy had never drained the bottom, and so the tank had rusted out. So I put them together, and it's been a great compressor. We have my bench grinder up here. I don't really like bench grinders. I don't know why. I'd rather clamp something in my vise and use an angle grinder. But it does have a little base on it, so if I need to, I pull it down. It just has a little piece of angle iron. I can slide it into my vise, clamp it up, and use it that way, and throw it right back up in there. So across the back here, you notice a lot of decals, stickers. That's just from random stuff that I've thrown away, machinery, equipment, cars that have, I've parted stuff off of them. And so those kind of just, before they go in the garbage can, they end up just, the decal just gets stuck to my wall. Right next to it, we have a bandsaw, metal cutting bandsaw. This is pretty new in my shop, so I don't use it all the time because sometimes I forget that I have it. But it comes in handy. It's kind of tucked in there. I can pull it out. I can use it on bigger stuff. I do use it, just not as much as I should. Right next to it, I have my drill press. This is one of my very first large shop tools that I've ever purchased. And it comes in super handy. A drill press is an invaluable tool. We got stuff tucked up in here. I tuck stuff up high. I have about a 9-foot ceiling, so I'm able to just tuck stuff up in there. We have my mag drill that's been in a ton of videos. We got some just various tools, a battery charger, stuff like that. I keep welding wire stuff up in here. Nothing too exciting. Drill bits. I have so many drill bits I don't even know what to do with because, of course, the auctions that I go to. So this is just a small portion of, let's call them like the organized, where I have all the sizes organized, but I have way more than that tucked away. So here we got one of my many toolboxes that I actually have in here. This one I don't use a ton. I kind of keep specialty tools, calipers and pullers and stuff. I can go into an in-depth toolbox tour with all the toolboxes if you guys want to see. Up above it, I like random stuff. Like here's a washer at a gas station that I pulled when they were tearing down a local gas station. Next to it we just have a shelf that I keep oils and different stuff on, and just various parts. There's spare motors that are waiting for projects. Some spray paints and stuff like that. Then we have my spray paint wall. 40 or so cubbies, and I have close to 200 to 300 cans of different spray paints that I get from estate auctions, and so I try to sort it by colors and stuff like that. We got our blues, our greens and browns, so I try to keep everything by colors when I need it, because I spray paint a fair amount. But I keep different, we've got like mineral spirits and different stuff up in there. Up in these two shelves, I just mainly keep some vintage oil cans, just different stuff that kind of just looks neat to me. But a lot of paint thinners and stuff like that. Down below, I keep a bunch of refrigerant stuff for doing car AC stuff. We got R12, R134, all the standard, AC recharging stuff. So there you can see all the Freon stuff, spare parts, some cords, some bungee cords. This whole tote right here is just full of tires, the tire bungee cords that I make. And so just spare bungee cord stuff for that. But that's all tucked in there, some screws. Oh, forgot to mention the oxyacetylene, absolutely invaluable tool. I weld with it, I cut with it. But the best thing it does is actually take off rusted bolts. You heat up a rusted bolt and it just falls right off. Here we have the truck. It is set up. There's a whole video on it. It is set up. It does run and drive. I could put gas in it and a battery and start it up, and I could pull it out of the garage. I'll show you back here. I'll show you the garage wall. Shut the garage. I have to be careful because when the garage door is open, all the neighbors think that that's the time that I'm open for business. And so that prevents me from working on projects that I want to work on instead of theirs. So as far as the truck goes, I'm working on it. I'm in no huge hurry. It's not a business. I don't need to get it done by a deadline, but I am working on it. I do have the parts for it. It's just I need to have neighbors stop bringing their projects over. Here we have, I keep my garage door closed at most times so that I don't get bothered, but I like to keep vintage signs and stuff like that. You can see I have a bunch of just random vintage signs, Route 66 signs. There's VW signs, Ford signs, of course, but I keep a bunch of signs just all over the place. I started collecting these off the side of the freeway years ago. 3 is more than enough. They take up a lot of space, so no more collecting signs. The truck cab. So here I have the rust-free cut truck cab that actually is going on that. I have a whole video on how I sandblasted it with the wet pressure washer and everything else. Inside of it is an engine picker, cherry picker, that I use as a crane to move heavy objects. Right now it's set up to actually pick up the cab if I wanted to, and I could move it around, but it's also, the cab's on wheels, so I can move it in and out. But I use this crane all the time. I had to use it to move compressor number 2. This is compressor number 2. Weighs about 600 pounds, so the crane right there, the shop, the engine hoist is what I use to pick it up and move it around and set it back down. This right here, I do use it. I bought it because I was going to do a lot of sandblasting and I needed a humongous compressor. So I bought it, put it together, converted it from 3-phase to single phase. I mean, it's just massive. Don't know exactly what I'm doing with it yet, but it's just a backup compressor. I'll show you guys this real fast. So this is something I have a video on as well. And I'm gonna say, I've said that already a million times in this video. So what I'll do is in the description below, where this timestamp is, where I'm talking about this in the video. If you look in the description, I'll put a link to that video if I'm talking about something specific that I've done a video on, if that makes sense. But this is my work table, workbench. It raises and lowers. It's on wheels. So I'm able to pull it out to like the end of the driveway if I need to, and a customer can pull their pickup truck and we can move a heavy generator or something onto it. I can lower it down, bring it in here, jack it back up, or I can just lower it down, put something on it, and jack it up to working height. Absolutely valuable. Everything underneath is on wheels, and so it just moves out of the way. My shop heater, I just use a kerosene, diesel. I run everything, it's all off diesel, to heat the whole shop during the winter. Back up in here we have a bunch of stuff. We have a cement cutting saw, electric cement cutting saw I did a video on, some leaf blowers, a shop fan that I did a video on. Keep various stuff. We have a drive-in window sign up here. And yes, that is a fighter jet canopy. Why I have it? Because I go to auctions and I thought it looked neat and nobody else really wanted it, so I wanted it. I tried to keep inside the truck cab. Try to keep it fairly clean. There's a few projects in here, but everything is on wheels and moves out. Back here, I keep like my Evolution saws. This is my main metal cutting saw, and this is a metal cutting / wood cutting saw as well. Spare blades for them, but we got tire repair stuff, tire balancer, various auto body stuff, sanding blocks, DAs, everything for auto body in here. And then a lifetime supply of axes. Apparently I've collected way more axes than I need to. Some jack stands, just some various stuff. Push this back. Tons of just stuff tucked up into the attic. We got sleds and stuff for the kids. We do have an air hose reel here. We have boating stuff tucked up in the attic. We have a little mini three-wheeler, electric three-wheeler from the 80s. The kids get a big kick out of that. I do have children. I have 3 children. You guys will never see them because there's too many creepy people out there. Now we'll go over to toolboxes. So we'll start right here. This is my U.S. General toolbox. I picked this up secondhand at an auction probably 2 years ago or so. Next to it we have a Mac toolbox. If we move up above, I keep a bunch of vintage signs and stuff that I've just kind of collected over the years, and those are posted up back behind. All these little things are different projects that I've done, like a vacuum pump, a bead breaker, a little air compressor. This is a gas can toolbox. I have videos on all of those stuff. Decided to put them up on display because I hand painted all the graphics, kind of get a kick out of them. Fire extinguishers, there's now an air tank, just various stuff. I have my plasma cutter up here. We have like my aluminum polishing stuff, just some various car stuff, waxes, polishes, nuts and bolts. Keep all my, some of my nuts and bolts. I have, underneath the toolbox, I have bins and bins of just hundreds and hundreds of pounds of nuts and bolts that have yet to be sorted because I only keep a limited supply sorted because you don't need them all sorted at once. Come over here, we have my shop stereo. I actually have it wired up where there's a reverse camera on it, so I can it's wired up to a camera out front. So at any point I can flip a switch and I can see exactly what's out front. Angle grinders. I love angle grinders. Cordless angle grinders, even better. So I have a few here. One of my favorite tools. I got some spare wire and stuff. This is Vise number 2. Pretty new to the shop as far as being mounted. So I don't use it all the time because sometimes I forget that I have it. But that's mounted on a 1/2-inch plate on top of a little Kennedy toolbox. Hidden in the corner is a Ford engine. A 351 but it's a 400 cubic inch block, 351M. We got just various tools, a lot of cordless tools, punches and stuff that I keep in the toolbox. You can see it all lit up right now. It's blue. I had a whole video where I added lights to it, and I actually really like that. It came in really handy. It does come in really handy, especially if I have the main lights off and the garage door open, and it's hard to see in all the drawers. So I really like that. It was a little bit more work than I thought, but it was fun. We pan up above. We have some of my chainsaws. I used to cut down a lot of trees, and so I kind of collected chainsaws over the years. And so we got a bunch of Steels and McCullochs, and there's a Wizard and a Date and a bunch of others. That's just a small portion of what I have. If we step over here, this is the garage door. I get asked questions about the garage door all the time. I do not collect license plates. These are just ones that have fallen in my lap over the years. We have, we have Hawaii ones that I got off the beach in Hawaii. I found that. And British Columbia one, I found when I was up in Canada. Just random license plates I've either found. They've come on trailers or something that I've bought. They were somewhere on vehicles that I owned. But that's all that. I guess the next step, that's pretty much this, is to... if there's anything I didn't show you guys, or you had any questions about anything in the shop, just send me a question below. There's a couple things you might have seen in the background. There are future videos like this Columbia aluminum vise I didn't talk about. Shh, it's coming up. But if you guys wanted to see an in-depth tour of all the toolboxes and stuff in the toolboxes, just let me know. I'll do a video on that as well. You want to go play fetch? She wants to go play fetch. So thanks for watching, guys. Me and Ginger are going to go play some fetch. Ready? Let's go. Come on. Housekeeping. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.